afternoon, Meigs County High School. I'm your anchor woman, Elizabeth Taylor. It is September 20th, 2019. This is our second Tiger TV broadcast, and we hope you enjoy.
Hello, Meigs County High School. Here's your weekend update with Kinsley and Carly.
Here we have two of Meigs County High School's volleyball players, Carly Howard and Sarah Swafford. Today we're going to be asking them a couple of questions about their team.
So Sarah, how would you describe your team's bond?
I think we're all pretty close, and even when we get mad at each other on the court, as soon as we're off the court, we're not mad at each other. Carly, what motivates you to do your best every day?
I would say we're all super competitive and we all strive to win, so that's what really, a common goal just gets us there.
Thank you so much for answering our questions, and
it's hot!
This month's Tiger TV movie review is over Bandersnatch. This movie is an intense psychological thriller about a young programmer who begins to question his reality as he works on adapting a dark fantasy novel into a video game. The movie is set in 1984 and casts Fionn Whitehead, Will Poulter, and Craig Parkinson. I rated it a 7 out of 10.
The cool thing about this movie is that you get to make choices that affect the ending. Personally, I rate this movie an 8 out of 10. You guys should really watch it. Will this movie snatch your respect?
And here I have Mr. Branson Blaylock with me, and I'm going to be asking him a few questions about our broadcasting network, Tiger TV. So Branson, why do you think that we created Tiger TV?
I believe it's just a whole lot more accessible to our peers, and it appeals to a whole lot of them more.
And how do you think Tiger TV has gone so far?
I believe it's been very successful. We got a lot of great responses and feedback from it.
And now, here's Sage's informational video about 9/11.
Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices, secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror.
On September 11, 2001, the United States went under attack by the terrorist group Al-Qaeda and its group Osama bin Laden. Because of this attack, the World Trade Center collapsed and the Pentagon was damaged, and the entire country was left in shock. I am here with Mr. Duckett, going to ask him some questions. Where were you when you first heard about 9/11?
I was here. I was in class. I was a freshman, and I was sitting in Mr. Boshier's wellness class, and I remember he was called out and came back in, and we were listening to US 101, and that's all that was playing was that coverage. So I was here.
Do you think that this generation of students is forgetting about 9/11, and what's your opinion on that?
It's kind of hard to say forgetting about it because y'all weren't born during it. So I guess for you all, it's like for me, I didn't live through Vietnam, so it's learning about it. It's gaining that information to know about it. So
what's the biggest outcome of the attack in your opinion?
The biggest outcome is definitely all the security situation. Anywhere you go to Washington D.C., you go to a museum, you got to take your shoes, your belt off, anything like that. You go to a stadium, you've got to have, if you're a girl, you've got to have a clear bag. If you're going through airport security, you can't have anything more than travel size, anything. So I think it's just the idea that we have tightened down our security just so much in our country after that happened. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Where were you when you first heard about the 9/11 attack?
It was my first year of teaching, and I was right here in this classroom standing at the door, and a young lady came to me and said, "Miss Cross, did you hear? They've attacked the Pentagon and they're on the way to the White House." And my first reaction was denial. I said, "No, that can't be true."
Do you believe that this generation of students are forgetting about the 9/11 attack, and if so, what's your opinion?
I do not think that they are forgetting about it. Every year my students always come to me with an understanding of what 9/11 is and what happened. I think what often gets missing in history is how it felt living through it. So when I do cover 9/11 a little bit on the anniversary, I try to convey, my story and how it felt to live through it, because you can get the facts, but until you know how alone and afraid you were on the day, I don't think you have a really good understanding of how it impacted our nation.
What do you believe is the biggest outcome from the attack?
I think that since the terror attacks of 9/11, we have had to make serious decisions as a nation about how do we protect ourselves and how far do we go to protect ourselves. Rights to privacy versus rights to searches. And we're also kind of living in fear about terror attacks. We know that they're real now and that they can happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm Brooklyn, this is Branson, and this is our meme of the month.
My dad explaining the math problem for the 7,658,856th time.
Me trying to see the paper through a blur of tears.
And I just think this is pretty funny because we've all been here and done that.
And we just wanted to give a quick shout out to the student section this month as promised. This has been our second episode of Tiger TV. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for bloopers.
That's very good. Okay. Oh, God. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, Pickle, that was you. This movie is an intense psychological thriller. Stop.
You're answering our questions, and
Now here is. Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I messed up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
We could have.
Affect the ending of the movie. Throughout the movie.
He's like, he doesn't want you to win.
Throughout this